और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है, एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello, very good evening, friends. Thank you so much for joining in this special webinar, which is Independent Franchise Consultant webinar, wherein we are bringing an opportunity to become business partner with Franchise India. Franchise India is 27-year-old franchise solution company today. We are world's #1 franchise solution company, wherein we help investors on daily basis. We help them to how to get a right business opportunity for all our investors, because Franchise India is investor-centric company and we are franchise focused. On the other side, we are also helping our businesses, brands to expand in different markets across India and also globally. So Franchise India have built this network of in 97 cities as of now today. We are also in 9 countries already. So Franchise India have this network which I'm talking about, independent franchise consultants. They are with us now last 4 years, and we have built this network in across nation and in different markets. Now we are also looking forward for some passionate people who will join us, start a consulting practice and join us as independent franchise consultant partner. And these cities are open, which we will discuss here, where we are looking forward for more partners. But largely, we are already in 97 cities, as we discussed. That's why today in on panel we have our teams and also management team, because we are very, very serious about this opportunity, because here we are offering our own franchise opportunity or becoming partner with Franchise India. So, if I can introduce first, my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India Consultants Private Limited, which is a group company of Franchise India Group, and we are also having team. If I can introduce you, if you can see the Sanket, he has joined us from Ahmedabad, because we have Franchise India consultants who are across markets, and we also have built our network accordingly, wherein we support them in daily businesses. So we have our regional heads who are helping our business consultants to get them all the meetings for them and join meetings and get the business done for them. We have 𝐞𝐞𝐬𝐞𝐧𝐝𝐞, and he has joined us from Chennai. He is in Tamil Nadu market, Tamil Nadu and Kerala market, along with Kapil. Kapil is also in the same team. We have Rajveer from Mumbai, Banu Singh, he has joined us from Chandigarh. Bimal has joined us from Kolkata. We have Ram and Isha. They have joined us from Delhi. They are looking forward for international market as well. So today, as I said, Franchise India is not only in India. We are in 9 countries already. We have our partner in UAE market also. We have a partner in uh, Bangladesh market also, and Australia also. We are already having partner, and now we are going across and having organizing 9 international events also in this year. We have just finished our international event, which was there in Bangladesh on 20th of January, wherein we have got a huge success because we have now partner there. We are taking Indian companies also to different markets, and also we are having an opportunity for international brands to penetrate and expand in India. So today we have also joined us our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, and our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, so that we can give you larger picture of our opportunity, and also we'll discuss about Franchise India journey till now, and also how this industry is looking like. What is the growth in franchising? That we will also understand. So first, I'll invite our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to welcome you all and set up the perspective of this webinar. Thank you, sir, for joining in. We warmly welcome you also, and over to you.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome to this special webinar called Independent Franchise Consultant. This is an invitation to invite like-minded consultants who would like to join Franchise India or Fran Global. Just let me explain. We will keep using these two brands. Franchise India is used in India, and Fran Global is used internationally. As Sanjay said, we run and operate in 9 countries, and we are also doing a lot of franchise shows globally. We just finished our Bangladesh show. We have a show which is starting on 28th in Saudi Arabia. Then we have a show in Abu Dhabi, which is happening on 22nd in Abu Dhabi. And then there are multiple shows globally would happen. So friends, this is an invitation to invite like-minded consultants who would work with us as in the capacity of consultant and represent Franchise India or Fran Global. And also the companies represented by Franchise India or Fran Global. So I'll discuss a little bit sequence of the webinar today. First, I'll pass it on to Sonia. Sonia comes from 20 years of background experience in franchising. She's a managing director of the group, and she would lead giving a little overview about our journey, how our journey has happened. I mean, the company is 27 years old now, and she's built a large broking business. So she will talk about the journey of Franchise India or Fran Global, plus our broking journey, how that really has evolved over the time, and why we are so excited about this opportunity. And then I'll take over and I'll talk about a little bit on this program called Independent Franchise Consultant. How big is an opportunity? What kind of growth you can see in this opportunity? And if there are challenges, what the challenges can be. So I'll take you the whole journey of the IFC program. And then Sanjay would take over, and Sanjay would talk about the whole initiative, how you really become a consultant, how you move up the ladder as a consultant, and what is your earning opportunity. So friends, thank you once again for joining in. And I see a lot of people already joined in. And if you can use the Q&A box to ask as many questions, because more questions you ask, more it'll help you and a lot of others who are joined in to address their queries and address their question. It can be as basic as about franchising, how the business model, our current partners, anything. And so let's start with I asking one question to really set some momentum in this whole webinar. Please introduce yourself in the Q&A box. There's a Q&A box. Please introduce yourself, what brings you here. And so if you are somebody who's a professional, you're working in job and seeking a change or looking an opportunity, just write P. Write P, that we understand that you are a professional. If you're a business owner, which means that you're running some business and you want to look at another opportunity, and that's why you come to this webinar, write B. So we know that you are a business owner. If you're a management consultant, which means that you're already doing some form of consulting, training, coaching, in business coaching, write MC, just a management consultant. And if you are somebody who's in a career change, which means that you have done whatever you've done, and now you're looking for a new career, write C. 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for management consultant, and C for career change. And also introduce yourself, which city you're coming from or which country you're coming from, because a lot of times people join from different countries, and I'll give you examples of that country. Because if, say, you're joining from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, or any other places, or even GCC, because a lot of times people join from GCC. So we'll give you some examples of that market also. So let me quickly see who has joined and welcome everyone. Matthew Paul is a business owner. Welcome, Matthew. Jayakantan, he's a professional. Reena is also a professional. Yogesh is a business owner. Shyam Singla ji from Patiala, very close to my city. I come from Chandigarh. Now I don't live in Chandigarh, but we have office in Chandigarh, and Bhanu sits out of Chandigarh office. Is from Patiala. It's a royal city and very close to Chandigarh. It's about 45 minutes and better connectivity. Matthew is from Gurgaon. Mr. Hardik is from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, we have a good office and a great market. I think one compliment I give it to our Honorable Prime Minister, how he's transformed Gujarat. You know, it's one of the most progressive states today, and now the fourth in contributing in our GDP. So it's a tremendous work, and I think what would unturn in the next 5 years, and especially in the manufacturing capability, financial capability, education in Gujarat is outstanding. And then we have Mobin Sheikh, who comes from Bombay. And then we have Mr. De Silva, who's come from Colombo. Colombo, I'm very, very keen. Rather, I'm discussing to do a big show in Sri Lanka. So that's a very strong market for us. Rather, last year, 50 of us went to Colombo. And so I think the things are getting better there. Still, I think maybe a year, Sri Lanka will bounce back big time. So we want to be really taking this as an opportunity to do a big show in Colombo. And I know the market, we've done a lot of work, taken a lot of brands there, taken a lot of brands from Sri Lanka outside, and we'll talk about as we go in the webinar. Mr. Chidambaram is from Chennai. Mr. Chidambaram, you should be in touch with Saktivel. He is the leader for Tamil Nadu and Kerala region. And then we have Sandeep Rai from Lucknow. Welcome, Mr. Sandeep. Again, a great market, a tremendous market. Every time we do a show in Lucknow, we get a very good response. And today, one of the most entrepreneurial states where we are getting most inquiry are actually UP, because the wealth has come, but job opportunity is still not there. So franchising actually grows more in markets which have less job opportunities. So people have to do something of their own. Lucknow is a phenomenal market. Sarthak we have from Nepal. Again, we have run our offices in Nepal. We have now we are looking very keen to have a good partner, and we have done about 5 shows in Nepal. Small market, but very strategic, very, very strategic. Rather, we have a lot of brands today, large companies, which are looking to enter these market. It's much easier to enter Nepal than many other countries, neighboring countries, and it is easy to remit monies also. So Nepal is a good place. Then we have Mr. Yan in Mumbai, then Prashant in New Delhi. Prashant, you can obviously most welcome to visit us in our corporate office. Our corporate office is based in Delhi. Then we have Dipnidu, and he's a professional. Sandeep Toshliwal is in Jaipur. And then we have Rakesh, is a business owner. Prasanna is from Pune. Love to talk to you, Prasanna. Pune, we have in Kharadi our own office in World Trade Center. Dipendu is in Kolkata. Dipendu should be in touch with Bimal Agarwal. We have office in Sector 5. You can be invited to our office and you come and see our setups, because we have world-class infrastructure all over India, and also Dubai and Bangladesh and a lot of other countries. So we'll love to have you all coming to our offices. You will see our infrastructure. You'll see meet our teams. You'll get Mohanty ji is from Odisha. Welcome, Mohanty ji. And then we have Rahul from Jaipur again. Jaipur, we are very keen. We have a strong partner there, but we were adding team. Big market. We're rather having a show happening on Jaipur, which is just coming up. And Sonia, which day is the show?
This is Saturday. We have
28th.
28th. From Jaipur, you should go there. This is a good show. Good show.
And also one in Pune, which is on the subsequent Saturday. We have show in Weston on 3rd. I saw one of you also writing from Pune. So it'll also give you a glimpse of what we do as a company when you go and meet our teams there and companies who participate.
And Then we have Manish, who's from Mumbai, and he's a professor. Actually, people from education background do extremely well with us because our business is also actually coaching, right? Coaching people to become entrepreneurs. That's what we do. So, and a lot more are writing. So please keep writing. I'll keep picking up, and I'll like to get started with Sonia starting and giving you a little overview, and then I'll take over and explain you the opportunity. Over to you, Sonia.
Great. Thank you, friends. And I would say I'm impressed to see the entrepreneur spirit in all of you. And this is what drives us and franchising at large. And core driver of our business has been entrepreneurship. And in fact, the initiative of 𝐈𝐧𝐝 program is to build, entrepreneur as partners in form of 𝐈𝐧𝐝 and further drive entrepreneurship. I'm also pleased to say, while we have a large distribution across India and also overseas in countries, and large part of our distribution network today is represented by 𝐈𝐴 partners, right? And we believe we need more hands, we need more minds to capture the opportunity and the ever-growing opportunity which the economy or overall the franchise industry presents. So I'll start with giving you a background of our company. I'll help also request all of you friends, thank you for all the information you shared on yourself. Anything that you want to ask overall on franchising any particular industry, we are happy to give you those information today. And subsequently, all our teams across India will be happy to even connect with you, meet one-to-one to explore the mutual fitment amongst us. So at Franchise India, I would say we're not only shaping businesses, but we're also shaping the future of entrepreneurship with nearly 27 years of experience in the industry at large. We actually bring in unparalleled expertise to the table, where Franchise India has been a dynamic force in the industry, which is completely and fully integrated franchise solution company. We are largest franchise development company in the world. So when I say we're the largest franchise development company, nobody sells more business than us, and this is the highest number of business sales, resales, franchise sales is something which our teams, our 𝐈𝐴 partners have been doing over the last 2.5 decades. And also the largest distribution company with our presence, which is across India, 97 cities where penetrated all across, and 9 international markets. And we are a trusted advisor to some of the most influential and respected business community of our country. This is entrepreneur community. These are respected business houses that we work and continue to serve. And with more and more people today buying businesses, looking for a career option or maybe a change like many of you I see are looking at, and even companies expanding via the franchising route, this space is only getting bigger. And so we have been developing our capabilities and equally our distribution so that we're able to stay ahead of the curve. So I'll take you through, friends, what we do overall and how all these, offering at the group level actually help in making our business very strong. So which is the comprehensive, I would say, services which are designed so that we can empower businesses at every stage of their growth journey and equally empower entrepreneurs or ambitious entrepreneurs and companies, startups and business buyers all alike. And since we are committed to entrepreneurship, I would also say we work with large spectrum of businesses, which are franchisors, brands, and investor community, right? So from unicorns to listed companies to startup, we work with them all. From maybe a small investment, say 10 lakh to above 100 crores and above, we service all the requirements. So over the last 2.5 decades, we not only sustained, but I would say we led with a market share of 90%, which definitely never came easy and still would not be, but was the result of the continuous investment that we did in our brand, Franchise India, Fran Global, and our other companies. And that is why we were able to build a very strong equity and a very strong value proposition, to all our community that we serve. So through the 4 strong platforms, which create enormous, I would say, economies of both scope and scale, we create a very big entry barrier for anyone to do what we have done. But at the same time, the offering is also a very compelling value proposition, who we service through these platforms. So there are 4 platforms through which our overall offering, goes to the community. Starting with the media platform, we talked about some shows that we've been doing and coming up with. So we run a very strong media platform where we run 3 magazines, including Entrepreneur. It's an American magazine, and we are partners for entire Asia. We run a magazine called Franchising World. Again, it's a leading magazine, and there's the biggest circulation. Anybody who's looking at starting a business would eventually come on the website of Franchise India. You can all even go on the website franchiseindia.com and see the number of opportunities which are listed there. 3 leading industry magazines and about 120 physical shows. These are all B2B shows where companies come participate, and these are business buyers who come to these shows to buy businesses, right? So about 120 such events we do annually. These are bigger, larger shows, and 9 international shows that we're doing in this year. We already done 1 and coming up with more every month. So every month we have 1 international show that would take place. Our second platform is Scale Platform. So the Scale Platform is designed specifically for the companies who want to expand and maybe expand via franchising. So when I say franchising, it means even any company looking for a distribution or dealership also is form of franchising, not necessarily companies who open only brick and mortar format. So Scale Format platform is designed for companies who would use services of Franchise India to create a business model. We make them franchise ready again through a company called FranCop, which is a US company present in 20 countries across the globe and 47 years of experience. And FranCop has worked with some of the leading global brands in franchising, names like Subway, names like McDonald's, KFC's. These are all companies which have been consulted by FranCop in US. So FranCop works with companies, make them franchise ready, and then we launch them to solicit interest and select franchisees for them. That's what we do here. And third is the investment platform. And this platform actually curates and kind of, brings together the opportunities for a large community of business buyers who are looking at, buying a business or a franchisee for themselves. So we work with them, we handhold them through the process of buying a business. And finally is our Exit platform, which is a great solution for companies, which can be, some traditional businesses people run, or even companies who want to transfer their existing company-owned outlets to a franchise outlet, or maybe existing franchisee who want to sell his business to a new partner. So Exit platform work with companies of all shapes and sizes, largely in the mid segment, where we work with them to evaluate and do evaluation of what the business can actually ask as an exit price, and then we reach out to strategic partners or financial partners who can actually buy or partner with these businesses. So these are 4 broad platforms, and there are multiple companies under these 4 platforms through which the entire offering is presented to our community that we serve. Now, the opportunity is big when it comes to franchising, and the industry is big. And this is the first question that comes to everybody's mind. Any business that you want to take over, you really want to understand, given the size of our distribution, given the magnitude of what we do as a company, would it still make sense for all of you to come and share a pie of the growing industry? And maybe I'll let Gaurav talk on that more. So we'll talk about franchising at large, the relevance of that maybe in your markets and micro markets, and some references we like to even draw from the countries like Nepal. I think we have one of you joined from Sri Lanka also. So we'll take that, and any questions, friends, keep writing in. We'll read that for you real time and try to answer it in the time that we have.
Sure. Thank you, Sonia. And friends, just to summarize what Sonia said, I'll take 2 pieces. One is on franchising. Franchising is a very large industry. It's per $4.7 trillion. So if you compare it with any country as economy, so it is bigger than even Indian economy. Indian economy is 3.7 trillion, and we are the 5th economy in the world. And if you take franchising, it is a $4.7 trillion. So why it is such a large contribution to the economy? Because it's directly proportionate to consumption. Anything and everything we consume today, you will not realize is actually coming from franchise. The biggest brand in the world, or maybe I should ask you a question. When it comes to think about franchising, what do you think is the biggest brand in the world? I'll open up your thinking process. Just answer on the Q&A box. Let's make it interactive. I don't like monotonous, one-sided communicated webinars. So give me an answer. Let's see who gives the answer first. When it comes to globally, which is the biggest brand when it comes to franchising? So 100% every time like Hardik Bhai has sent a message that every time I have asked this question anywhere globally in many, many forums, seminars, everybody would say McDonald's. It's correct. McDonald's is the company which has really popularized franchising as a modern avatar of franchising. We call the business format franchising. But the biggest brand, you will not guess, is actually Coca-Cola. It's as simple as that. Coca-Cola is actually the biggest and the largest brand for franchising. All their distribution and bottling plants are actually franchised. Why I give this example, it opens up your mind. So then you think that a water bottle you're having around you is also a franchise. The hotels you stay or if you now go globally is all franchised. The Uber you sit in the car and the person who's driving is actually a micro franchise for entire. So from a Uber driver who drives his own car and attached to Uber to a 5-star hotel, anything in between is franchise. Maybe the courier coming to your home is coming from a franchise outlet. The school your kids are going is going in franchise outlet. The haircut you're getting from a salon done is 100% a franchise if it is a branded one. So franchising touches you everywhere. It's just not about food, fashion, healthcare, education. Everywhere today, franchising is happening. Now, the new age of franchising is digital franchising, where you don't even have a physical stores and you're still doing digital franchising. So, and in past, especially in our markets where you call distributor, dealer, and they're all avatars of franchising. They're all avatars of different forms of channel. And the most evolved channel is business format franchising, which is the McDonald's way of doing it. So today, everything which you see and consume around you is actually coming from a franchise business. The most complex businesses like hospitals are franchised. The Apollo Hospital to even the other hospitals are all franchised. So franchising is happening everywhere. It is actually a combination of two things. One, it empowers businesses to go and distribute their product or service globally. So it brings scale to businesses. On the other side, it brings entrepreneurs and fuel entrepreneurship, which means that people who want to start their business normally have their two choices. One, they can start their own business, which has a lot of risk and you don't know anything about it. And especially most of the markets, 60-70% of people who are looking at buying business have never done business.
Recording in progress.
So for them, franchising becomes a much interesting aspect to start their business. That's why in any growing economies, franchising is the most growing because it is enabler for entrepreneurship. So that's franchising. Franchise India, 27 years. We are the world's largest franchise development company between Franchise India, FranCorp, and Fran Global. All three brands are ours. And I actually started this business in 1998. As a small business owner, I was looking to buy a business for myself, and I was in US. And I felt it was so easy in America those days to start your own business. There were so many consultants. There were so many magazines, shows, a lot of those was going on in entrepreneurship, especially in late 90s. And this was really the golden era of United States. And I felt where I come from, India, it's so hard to find a business. Rather, in Chandigarh, where I come from, a business newspaper called Economic Times used to come second day. So, and if I read the Economic Times also, which is the pink paper, I will say there is nothing for me. I'm talking about these large companies or share market, but if I want to start a business, where should I go? Truthfully, you all have joined from Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, or wherever you are joined from. Ask yourself, is there anybody you can go to when you're looking to start a business? Answer is zero. Nobody. There is nobody out there who can help you start your own business. There are many management gurus and business consultants who can help you grow your business, scale your business, get your business better technology, do this. And so there are many, many gurus, and all they are more available on Facebook, Instagram, and things like that, giving lectures. But there's nobody who can actually get you in a business. So this is a problem I saw 27 years back, and I realized that I want to be somebody who can create a platform and help people start their own business. So what are we? We are start your own business specialist. If you become an independent franchise consultant, what are you going to be called? A start your own business specialist. You help people to start a business. And why it is a so unique positioning that nobody else is able to do? With Franchise India done 1,000 shows and so much of popularity of this, Why nobody is able to do? Because nobody is able to put the platform. Nobody is able to put that kind of marketing. Nobody is able to aggregate so many brands as a portfolio. When you start as an independent franchise consultant, the day one, you have 500 brands exclusively represented by you, which can be the large corporations, multinational brands coming from all over the world, US, Europe, even Asian markets, and also a lot of homegrown brands out of your country. So if you're Sri Lanka, there will be a lot of homegrown brands which you would work on. So as a platform, we have three things. One, we help anybody who's looking to start a business. It can be somebody who wants to start a unit franchise, somebody wants a by area franchise, somebody wants a master franchise. Any kind of business that you're looking at, you can come to us and we can help you with that. Second, we help businesses grow, right? We help businesses scale through franchise. It might be very interesting. Like we were there in Sri Lanka, we saw, I'm giving a Sri Lankan example. There was a prawn company, which has a restaurant called 𝐈𝐧𝐝𝐞𝐞𝐧𝐝𝐞𝐬𝐞. And now we are helping them to go to multiple markets. We are taking them to GCC, we are even bringing them to India. So it was a small company out of Sri Lanka, but we are now taking it to entire thing. Similarly, there was a company called 𝐈𝐧𝐼𝐻, which was the largest lingerie company out of Sri Lanka. We actually launched them in India and scaled them in different markets. I will just give an example of one market called Sri Lanka. And there are many, many brands which we work on. So second piece is that we work with businesses, and it can be small companies, it can be large companies, it can be as big as Tata's in India. We are helping. We're helping Tata's formats to franchise in different markets. So that's second. The third, which is also very powerful, that we help people to sell their business. Again, ask yourself, if you want to sell your business, where would you go? That's why a lot of businesses get shut down, because they don't get the buyer. So we help people to sell the business. So friends, if you're looking for an opportunity, always look at opportunity in these following aspects. Any opportunity, not just necessarily becoming an independent franchise consultant, but anytime you're looking at an opportunity, always look at these, say, 4 steps. The first is always look at the industry. Is the industry interesting enough and growing and would continue to grow for the next 10 years? And do you see yourself participating in that industry for next 10, 20, 30 years? Franchising, you can read everywhere, is growing at double digit, all markets, right? Especially markets like India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, it's on all-time high, right? Why? Because the aspiration of people to start their own business is so high, right? And people are becoming richer, right? Professionals who make money, they want to leave the job and start something for themselves. Actually, start your own business has become even bigger as a search than finding yourself a job. So it's so high in a mindset of people to do it. So franchising is a phenomenal industry. Second thing, you always look at the brand you are partnering with. Is the brand has experience? Is the brand is known in the space? Would you get the brand equity? Would they be able to get you some re-entry into the market just because you are a partner with the brand? So you're partnering world's #1 franchise development company. Nobody has sold more business than us globally. You can Google it out and you will not find any company of our size and scale. We sell 10,000 franchise every single year. Rather, we have a quote which says nobody sells more business than Franchise India. So that's reality also, and it's hard to live up to, but we continue to deliver over and over again. Plus, the brand has invested so much. As I said, 1,000 events we have done. Annually, over 100,000 people attend our events everywhere. I was just last week, Sanjay was saying, I was in Dhaka. So many people, 28th time in Saudi Arabia. Everywhere we have people qualified, paid, coming to us and saying, we are interested to start your own. And these are not like small investors. Rather, I had the same day when I was in Dhaka, the richest family in Dhaka invited me to their home because they are looking to diversify. They wanted a medical college and a couple of other things they want to really partner with. So we work in all spectrums in that marketplace. So brand is very, very powerful. When you join Fran Global Franchise India, you're partnering #1 brand. But that's not enough. The day you partner, we expose you through our events to a large data bank, right? And I'll come down to the support structure later. So second important thing when you look at, first you look at industry, how industry is growing. Second, you look at the brand you're partnering. Is they do the have experience? We're the most experienced team when it comes to franchise consulting in the world. So when I mentioned only one company was more experienced than Franchise India was FranCorp in US. I acquired FranCorp also, just because now we can easily say we are the most experienced team in the world. The third thing you have to look at it is the business model. What is the business model? How the business model really works? And business model further is divided into 4 parts. The first part is total addressable market. Is there enough market? Somebody said, come from Patiala, relatively small city of Punjab. But is there enough market? While you're not limited to Patiala, you might be living in Patiala, but you can work across Punjab, you can work across India, and our good consultants actually work everywhere. Rather, my consultants work sometimes overseas markets also. So it's not limited. But even if you had only one market, I joke with people, there is a place very close to Patiala, close to Chandigarh called 𝐳𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸𝐴𝐺, right? It's a small city, very, very small circle city of Chandigarh. And because I've grown up in that market, I've seen that city grow. I told somebody that even if you just not move from one street of that city, that small city, they have a VIP road. If you don't move out of that only single road all next 10 years, you still have enough business. They are delivering almost about 20 million retail commercial real estate. What is going to happen on that? Businesses would come. Who would bring the businesses? We only bring the businesses, right? That's an opportunity. So total addressable market, if I have to define very easily, every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. Every home. If I was in Patiala and I want to make 1 lakh rupee in a job, there is no job available. But how many people want to make 1 lakh rupee a month? Almost every home wants to make that kind of income. How are you going to do it? You're going to do it through your entrepreneurial journey. And that's why people take a franchise from businesses. So total addressable market is phenomenal. Everybody in your contact number right now also can be an opportunity or a prospect. That powerful it is. That powerful, right? I travel so much, 25 days I travel. And if somebody asks me in the travel, what do you do? I can tell you I have to speak 2 hours with him on that flight. So normally I don't encourage because you're already tired. While we are networkers, we always get an opportunity to do it. You talk 2 hours. If the flight is 2 hours, you're talking 2 hours. He will continue to ask you questions and which business I can do, how can, because it's something which can help everyone. I was rather returning from a flight and next to me was sitting a guy who heads Reebok. Now Reebok has come back in the market. And I told him Franchise India. He already knew Franchise India, but we never met. And 2 hours, he was discussing how can make a franchise model, what we can do, can you help me in this country, that. So everywhere, and we have handled Reebok for many, many years. So we understand the brand very well. It's a great brand. And it's now coming back again after being sold to Adidas, and Adidas further sold. And now it's coming back in a much greater shape. So after total addressable market, second thing you need to ask yourself, growth. Would this industry or the business can continue to grow? As an individual, can you grow? So you start as an independent franchise consultant, but you have an opportunity to become a firm owner. When I say firm owner, which means that you can further employ people under you and run the business in a full-fledged structure. Third thing which you have to look at in the business model, which is very important. Why you all here is for the third reason. You want financial returns. I can tell you, you compare becoming an independent franchise consultant to anything you want to do. There is no business which can come close to the return it can give. I can tell you, people sometimes, my joining fee for a independent franchise consultant is 4.5 lakh rupees, right? Sometimes people in the first 15 days make double the money, right? Because our transaction size is like that. Its size is like that even if I don't tell people to control it or think like a return on investment, because only 4.5 lakh rupees you invest, which is $5,000, and your opportunity to make similar money every single month, right? That's an opportunity. So it cannot be calculated by return on investment. Even 1,000% return is not a right number. But there is other two return on ROI, which I call the two other ROI. There are three ROIs in any business. The first one, I don't have to even discuss. The second two are more important. Second ROI is return on intelligence. More you're intelligent, more you're paid. Like, if you're a investor in the stock market, most stock market operators never came with big wealth behind. What was Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's background? He was just a chart accountant, right? Radhakishan Damani, who has now 1.5 lakh crore in his deployment in stock market, was a very modest guy, right? So these people came with return on intelligence. They were intelligent enough. They always knew when to invest, where to invest. Similarly, a good consultant, if he puts his intelligence right, multiplies his return. And third ROI is return on involvement. More you're involved, more you get. So whenever you're thinking about being a consultant, always think about these two ROIs. Are you a person who can bring a lot of intelligence? And second, are you going to be fully involved? Then you don't have to worry a third ROI, because third ROI is beyond what is your imagination. I don't know if you've joined this webinar also thinking that they can make this kind of money. But even if you come and say, I want to make 5 lakh rupees a month or 10 lakh rupees a month, it's very, very easy and achievable. And we actually train you for that. So once you have done the third part, which is financial return, then fourth thing which comes to your mind, would this be something which I can do? People get attracted to industry. They see the growth. They also see a great ROI. But the question comes to you, can I do it? Now, that point, I leave it on you. Because not everybody can be consultant. Not everybody has a DNA to be a consultant. Not everybody has a commitment toward becoming a consultant. They need to be somebody who has to invest into knowledge. Somebody has to invest into relationships. We are in a business of relationships, right? So we build relationship all the time. That's what our business is. So this you need to ask yourself, do you have in you to become a great consultant? Can you commit minimum 100 hours a month for this business? Would you be available for continuous learning? When COVID was going on, we till now do every day 12 o'clock webinar, 12 o'clock every day. But when COVID was going on, Sonia and I used to do this webinar. Rather, she was leading the more than I was doing. And she was on the screen every single day, 12 o'clock for 3 continuous years. No Sunday, no Saturday, no New Year, no Diwali, Eid, nothing. Every single day, 12 o'clock, she will come and present one opportunity. And we never repeated an opportunity. So which means in the 3 year, we brought over 1,000 brands first time to the market. And I can tell you also, my IFC partners, some great partners, also was there for those 3 years for hearing these 1,000 brands. You see the kind of learning level which they've got, the kind of information they would be sitting on, right? This business is very easy and this business is very hard. Easy for people who know it and hard for people who don't invest that time, right? So it can be very easy. Sometimes we took one Bimal's junior colleague. She came with us to Dhaka. She never went to Dhaka. We just took her to come with us and say, come with us to the show. And I saw she was sitting on opposite my table. So I was sitting on one table and she was sitting on the other table. So when the show started at 9 o'clock, she sat there. And all the time she was talking to investor all the time. And the evening she actually sold 2 businesses. So she is, because her dedication and devotion was going on. She never looked at time. She never looked at that I need to break. She was just interacting with people. And maybe the first 2 calls, she was hesitant, but later it was not her country, but Steve was still able to cope up and understood the business and engaged everyone. And she was able to do the results. That's what business is. How much effort you would put yourself to come in the front of somebody. Every month I do 400 meetings. I have to do it. That's the rule. And I rather give target to my teams that you have to organize so many meetings for me. Because I feel I can do most justice. Because if I am leader of this company, I bring in the most knowledge, right? And I have to help my teams to use my knowledge for their business. So everyone in the organization, including my IFC partners, just send me one message and I jump on the call. I would not refuse anybody for any meeting. Sometimes it's not the great meeting, but I still feel that they would get learning from it. They would get learning from it, that how they would have to prospect and get the right contact. So the fourth part, which is you need to do, is you need to ask yourself honestly, is this your interest, and can you do this? And if answer comes yes, then you are in the right place, right industry with the right brand. Finally, the sport, which is very important. You need to understand, okay, I get started. What is the way to get started? First is critical part is training. There is 3-day residential training, which is coming in February. Every month it happens. Now it will happen in February. This training, Sonia, I and take 2 days. In School of Franchising, we have a School of Franchising. We host you. We get your hotels done, everything, your pickup, drop, everything we handle. But you have to be there for 3 days, comprehensive 24-hour training. And this, out of the 3 days, 2 days are directly taken by Sonia and me. And we take you through the whole journey, all the products. There are 8 modules of training. How to do deal structuring, how to prospect the right investor, how to really get on the investor on board, how to do help companies to scale their businesses, what kind of consulting we provide them, what goes in that consulting, everything with clear example structures. Then we also do work on different brands, how to select the right brands. All that, even including the most critical part, that how you're going to build yourself as a brand. Because tomorrow people would trust you. Franchise India is a platform, or Frank Global is a platform. It's you. Like somebody who's joining from Sri Lanka, you would be the guy which everybody in Sri Lanka would know that if I want to buy a business, I need to go to this guy. That's an opportunity, right? How you build your social media, how you create engagement, how do you build regular videos, all that pieces we train you. Then every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, every week, 3 days in the morning, we have a joint call with our consultant. Then we have product trainings every month, refreshers, joint calls. So we call the MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring. Initial days, you need a lot of mentoring. O stands for opportunities. We will provide you opportunities, like I said, 500 brands to kickstart the project from. Third, S stands for sport. We will give you all the sport required for your business. Any kind of sport, it can be joint call, proposal drafting, everything from end to end, we will handle. Rather, your collections, money collections also are supported by us. We go out and get from the company and money comes to you. And the T stands for training. So training is also very, very critical part of it. So friend, this is a very strong opportunity, but not for everyone. I am extremely clear that I want to select, rather handpick people who can do justice and who can do well. And because it's a long-term relationship, every single IFC who is partner with me, you can call anybody anytime and they would say how much committed we are on a day-to-day basis with every single partner. And they can pick up call anytime, call me and reach out to me. And same to Sonia or Sanjay. Sanjay rather works hourly basis with them because he leads this business and vertical. So friends, this is what I wanted to give you as an overview. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the Q&A box. We'll be more than happy to take any questions you have. Otherwise, I'll request Sanjay to start working on the balance piece of presentation. I think it's still 10 minutes, so he can run that. Next steps, before I leave, if you are interested, you need to reach out to our teams or the teams in which would reach out depending on your region. They will talk to you. They will understand where you're coming from. What is your profile? Why do you think you want to be a consultant? Do you have any relevant experience which you have? How much time you can spend? And if they feel that you are qualified, then they would organize my call with you, which is planned for tomorrow. Tomorrow is holiday, but I'm available for all the calls on 27th and 28th. And so this weekend, the 3 days I've kept myself for having these calls. And then if I also feel that you are a right candidate, and you can also ask me as many difficult questions you want to ask. And if you feel collectively, then we'll book you for the next training and you can be part of the training coming up. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time today. And I really appreciate you taking time out and be part of this webinar today. But stay on. Sanjay would run a presentation. Sanjay, you can put the presentation. I have some 10-15 minutes. I'll stay there. And then maybe I can add, or Sonia can add on the presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir. We will run few slides on the presentation, and then we will take you through complete understanding on the presentation, and then we will be giving you an understanding about how we can structure this. Shakti, you have, okay, 1 second. All right, so my presentation is up now. I think if it is visible, if anyone can confirm,
Yeah,
please.
it's visible. What is franchising?
Sir, thank you.
Franchising,
so franchising we have covered.
Literal meaning of franchising is rights of privilege granted. What is a privilege? Privilege is your brand, and privilege is the know-how and the systems which you provide. Next slide. So as I said, all industries today, you will see franchising creating an impact. So franchising is directly proportionate to consumption. So anything you consume, you will get that. The last decade, if you see, last 2 decades was modernization decades. So anything and everything got modernized. So if you went to a salon, you never went to a mom and pop. Now you went to a branded one. You started, like I used to come from Chandigarh to Delhi. There was a very few branded hotels. Otherwise there were local hotels like a JP Continental and things that. And now everything is branded. You go to Marriott's or Sheraton's or Hilton's or all the other Novotels, Sofitels. This all has changed because consumer is looking for branded experience, because brand brings in promise and trust. That's the power of franchising. So anything and everything you consume, I can tell you, while in US it's a big industry already, but in India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, in 5 years, a maid coming to your home would also come from a franchise and become branded. A gardener coming to your home would also become franchise. So franchising is going to touch us in every single space. I run a business coaching company called Action Coach. We actually franchise coaching, business coaching, where our coaches are senior guys and they go and consult and coach businesses, right? So all kind of businesses we do. We have maintenance businesses. Maintenance is like a 12% contribution because there are a lot of MRO businesses. Maintenance, repair, and operations is a huge category. So people just think that QSR is the biggest. QSR, yes, obviously it is a large contributor, but there are so many businesses. We have done 120 preschools, which have sold at least 25,000 franchisees in the market. So many different categories would come. Now tech businesses are also franchising. We did all the ed tech companies like Vedantu to this Byju's to
Academy.
Yeah, all the companies, Unacademy, they all are done by us. Recreation is another big game. So a lot of theme parks, indoor parks, play areas, all are very big examples. Financial services, all these Motilal Oswal's, the Angel Brokings, the ICICI Directs, every single company has a franchise model to run that. Next. So this is what we provide. It's called Tablet. T stands for technology. We have a dedicated CRM. You get that CRM. Every day, your leads come in that CRM. So we give you minimum of 50 to 100 leads every single month, which are filtered, qualified by our call center, and then given to you. So you just don't have to waste any time. So it comes in your CRM. We give you CRM training, and it hits your CRM. And it is only visible to you. And you can work on that. You can put your data. You can give your feedback. Everything can go on that. It's a full dashboard which comes to you. Access to Franwork Franchise India's infrastructure or Fran Global's infrastructure. Any of our offices you can use. to meetings, to infrastructure, and also any kind of other infrastructure which you require. Even every month we sponsor, boardrooms and hotel rooms for our partners which are in the areas where they want to hold their meetings. We book for them and help them to go and conduct their meetings, call the brands, have the investors, and do that. Like we're starting a big roadshow for a company which would go to 30 cities. And this would be sponsored completely by us and are led by our partners. So we do the prefixing, give them a venue, and they use the venue to have their meetings. Brands, access to 500 plus opportunities which we provide. As I said, lead sport, which is the biggest important thing, because you don't have to cold call or find out entire thing. You need to, you will be getting all the leads coming from us and all qualified. And minimum is 50 to 100, but some of the consultants would get 200, 300, depending on the opportunities they've selected and working on. Then events. This is where everything happens. This is our magic. No company in the world has done even 5% of the events we have done in franchising. Not even 5%. The oldest company doing an event in franchising is in US, has not even done 100 events till date. We do 200 events every single month, every single year. So about 20 events every single month. So it's a huge opportunity. So if you're in Hyderabad, every month you get an event in Hyderabad. Every month you get an, I think we just finished an event in Coimbatore. We are now going Agra, a small city. In 27th, I think we have an event in Agra. 28th, as I said, event in Jaipur. So these events help you to network because all paid qualified investors come and you have brands there and you just matchmake and make money. And we are paid by both brand also and investor also. I didn't explain that. Our business model is one side we represent brands, one side we represent investor. If we sell a franchise, we are paid by both. Brands pay us very a good fee. Rather, we are the highest paid in the world as far as our demand because we don't work cheap. We have stop contracts and we charge higher fees for brands to do it because we raise money for them and they're happily giving us. And we also charge investors because we're helping them to diagnose what is the right opportunity. So sometimes in a small transaction also, say you do a transaction of 30 lakh rupees, there is an opportunity to make 4 or 5 lakh rupees in a small transaction because you are paid from both sides, right? And then after events, we do 3 days extensive training, which is done with Sonia and me. And this training is really, really powerful. I can tell you when the second night or the first night, we will take our IFC partners for a drink out. Evening, they're already making business plans. They're already confident that they can do it. And I know that a lot of them in the first week itself, they were active, which means that they did the first transaction. Because training is very important. Training gives you confidence that you can do it, right?
And also, I'd like to add, every quarter we launch an international contest for all our partners and teams. And every quarter we have one new IFC who's recruited in that quarter who also joins and wins this contest. That's the confidence we have.
And this is a club. This is a club of like-minded people. They are friends more than they are friends with us. They're friends with each other. All 150 IFC partners are like a club. They support each other. Now, I think tomorrow, they all go to Vietnam. They're going to Vietnam.
Tonight, in fact.
So it is today. Yeah, today evening and somehow already started.
Yeah, so they're going Vietnam. Last quarter, they were in Baku. Before that, they were in Malaysia. Before quarter, they were in Sri Lanka. So every time a new country, they win and they go. And some of them are now this time going with their families because they qualified for their wife to also come along. I think my partner from Dubai also is supposed to travel. He's also going with his wife.
So already left, sir. He is reaching Mumbai now with his wife, sir.
Okay. So
and Bangalore also.
Yeah, sure. But I look at it from a different perspective. It's a winners club. So they go there and they come even more charged up because they're achieving their milestones. Money is only one milestone. A lot of other accomplishments also bring in. When you help people to start their business and they open up the shop, it is so exciting. Yesterday, I was in Chennai, and we have a company which Sonia is the managing director of that company called Direct English, and there was a new center opening up. And the new center guys came to know that I'm in Chennai, and they invited me to inaugurate. So I went there. Before me, who was standing there? My IFC partner. And he says, I've already started working with him and I'm leading the entire thing. And he knew everyone there. So I was so surprised and so excited that look at him. He's more excited about this whole opportunity because he sees an opportunity to expand that brand within that market. And he's like a family member to them. And that's something which is so very, satisfying. So next slide, please. So this is very interesting. So how you move up the ladder, right? So when you are an IFC, you start as a basic. Your earnings are anything you earn. So like give you example, you did a revenue of 5 lakh rupees in a month, which is a small revenue. You did 5 lakh rupees. So if you're a base IFC, you're starting off, you will get 40% and we'll get 60%. Leads are ours, marketing is ours, everything is ours. You have to just put your own time. So which means out of 5 lakhs, 40%, which means 2 lakh rupees would go to you. So you'll make 2 lakh rupees. This is up to when you've not done business, overall business till 15 lakh rupees. 15 lakh rupee business you can achieve 3-4 months. As you hit 15 lakh rupees, you become IFC elite. At elite, you now get 50%. We get 50%, which means that you did 5 lakh rupees, you get 2.5 lakh rupees, we get 2.5 lakh rupees. In our 2.5 lakh rupees, we're taking all the marketing cost and everything else, all venues, all events, everything is our cost. You have no cost. You have no cost, you go straight 50%. But if you do 50 lakh rupees of revenue, which you can achieve in the first year, now the deal changes. You get 60% and we get 40%. A lot of my partners are already at this level. So they get 60%. So which means that they're taking 3 lakhs, we're taking 2 lakhs, we're still giving more leads. Now the leads also increase. We give you more leads because you can add someone member also. And some of them actually have hired teams now. And if you become 1 crore club, if you come in the 1 crore club, then you become IFC master, which means that you are now going to get 70% of all the revenue. We get 30%, which means that if you did 1 crore revenue for the year, 70 lakhs is your payout and 30 lakhs is with us. In our 30 lakh rupees, we're giving you more leads. We're giving you more events. We're giving you all the filter structure. All that is coming to you. Plus you get rewards, which are over and above the payout, which means that you foreign trips, your other gifts and a lot of other scheme comes in. We also have a lot of direct incentives, which are announced. Like the company which is giving as high as 8 lakhs, 10 lakh rupees incentives. We are running a contest currently where a IFC can win over and above a car. So all this is an over and above, right? So a lot of IFC partners have done all 4 events in 4 trips in this year. So if you do 4 foreign trips, I don't know which company is giving 4 foreign trips every single year, right? So that also comes over and above this business. Yeah. So I've already explained this. And you can also add your teams as you go along. I don't recommend when you start, you add teams. But as you go along, you can add teams with you. So that's how that whole opportunity works. And the investment is 4.5 lakh rupees plus GST is your total investment for the license for 3 years. And it would be renewed for another 3 years. So that's how the business model works. Investment is not a big here because I don't need people who just come and invest. I am looking for people who put time, energy, and effort and bring their intelligence. I don't even say bring your contacts. I'll give you contacts. I mean, people tell me, oh, I have a lot of data. Like I was in Bangladesh. One of the prospect of IFC came in. He says, day before my show, he told me that I have a lot of contacts. I say, come tomorrow to my show. You will be surprised. I know more people than you know in your city. Because the next 1,300 people applied for coming to my content, right? And these are people who are applied to become part of it. And so we know the magic. So we know how to build that contact base. Rather, I'm not a big believer of this whole contact thing. I tell everyone in my training that I never sold to my friend. I sold franchisees more than anybody else in the world, but I always sold to person who needed most. So I identify people who need it most, right? It's like a doctor. Doctor doesn't even rather never wish that his family would need him, right? He looks at people who are sick and they need help, he can help. Similarly, we look at people who are looking to start their entrepreneurial journey. They can be anywhere. They can be coming out of college, or a seasoned entrepreneur who wants to diversify, or a big real estate guy who wants to park businesses on that. It can be anyone. By the time that they are serious, we are happy to look at it. So friend, this is yes, very good question. Hardik bhai, you have asked, and this tells that you are a typical Gujarati. Your numbers, your thinking is always about. And I think it's a very good question. He says, "Would you know how much money you can make on a brand?" Absolutely, we will share all the contracts which we have signed, or we will sign, or even you can sign. We can also bring a brand on board. So this is all transparent to everyone.
And if I can add, Hardik bhai, all our IFC partners, in fact, make their monthly plan and quarterly plan based on the brokerage that we get. And these are the companies we want to focus in this month and overall quarter. So pretty much, that information is available. That equips you and also helps you plan your every day and month.
Okay, so this was good webinar. Unfortunately, I've not normally done a full webinar, but today I had time, so I ran the full webinar. Any questions anyone has, we can hold for a minute, and then otherwise we can close the webinar. And yes, Salim, you can ask your question on the Q&A box. You raised your hand. Anyone also want to ask question, you can put it on Q&A box. Nasiruddin, you also can ask your question. Please, we're waiting for your question. Please write it on.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, Hardik. We can onboard a lot of brands. Rather, I travel 20 days to different cities. Like I come to Ahmedabad, and most of my IFC partners introduce these brands to me, and I help them to close and onboard them. And that's also very interesting. Just now, a lady who's going to Vietnam, she met somebody in one of the shows in Bombay, and we onboarded the client. Client paid 40 lakh rupees to Sanjay, and she got a great handsome payout out of this. And also she's qualified for going to this and that. And that's how, Salim, it is not just for 3 years. As I said, it is 3 years, and then it'll renew for another 3 years. Every agreement comes with a term. If you like us, we like you. Why would we leave each other? We'll continue to work all our life. Mr. Sheikh, you can also ask a question, as Mr. Salim hasn't done. So we wait for one more minute for. Now Sally has a question. How many IFCs do we have on board from Sri Lanka? Actually, Sally, we don't have anyone at this stage in Sri Lanka. We were just before all this happened. I was opening up an office there in Sri Lanka, my own direct office. Now I decided that I'll work with a IFC, but I will do my own shows, which obviously would help the IFC. And I'm planning to do a show very, very soon in Sri Lanka. So I'm very keen at this stage to have a couple of IFCs joining in from Sri Lanka, so that when we do the show, they get very good benefit because they get all the leads on all the entire thing. And I have a mandate of a lot of global brands for Sri Lankan market. And we've taken also a lot of brands, like one of the brands I do called Daily France is trading well there. A number of brands, and not just Indian brands. I'm talking about European, US, GCC, Asian brands. A lot of Asian brands do well there. Very well, especially Japanese, and a lot of these brands do extremely well in that market. And we also take Sri Lankan brands outside. Actually, the opportunity, if you want to do good for a country today, is to take Sri Lankan brands global. There is a lot of great brands, a lot of porcelain brands, beautiful companies, great capabilities. They can go everywhere in the world. and many other there. Fashion brands, a lot of good fashion brands. It is the largest producer for lingerie in the world. So a lot of these businesses which are very deep rooted there in the market, we can take them and make them global companies and work with them. So
A lot of
Ram,
interesting questions which have come.
okay, so I'll take.
I'll tweet one from Mr. Sandeep Rai. His question is very important, and I think all IFC partners should know. And his question is if IFC partner is restricted by region or an area of intervention, and that is absolutely no. So there is no geographical restriction. Our partners can pick business not only from the region they are appointed, but globally, any market across the world, you can acquire and service any business.
Yeah. Any place you can work on that, and that's where the opportunity is.
As an example, if I can interrupt, sir, we have one IFC partner in Pune. So he has onboarded one brand which is based in Ludhiana. So we have done that onboarded, and he qualified for Malaysia contest in just one single deal. That we have all done meetings because we have invited the brand to our corporate office. We did all meetings, and he is in Pune. So IFC Pune has not done even a single meeting. So we closed that deal, and he qualified for Malaysia.
Yeah, that's our duty also. End of the day, we all work with each other and help our partners. And then we have Sartha, who says Nepal, we used to run our direct office for many years pre-COVID. And post-COVID, we are now looking to enter again through an IFC. And we have done 5 shows in Nepal, taken almost all major companies there. And today we have so many brands which are very keen to go there, and different categories. We work with the largest groups of Nepal. They still are clients, like Chaudhary Group, which has 𝐈𝐧𝐝𝐿 is one of our big clients, and a couple of other groups there which we work very closely with. Okay, so are the leads local? Can be for different states? Yes, if you are, again, very good question. Are they by in terms of which brands you manage and which territories you want to lead? Say you say, I want to do a Tata Chroma for 5 cities. So, if you can mute, please. So you will get focused leads coming from those markets you choose from. So some of IFC partners focus multiple brands in one city. Some take small, limited number of brands, but take larger territories. Some are also doing, I will take this brand and I will lead this all over India. So that becomes even more interesting, but then you have to travel to different cities and shows and so on, and it becomes very fun.
Something very interesting, one of our partners from Bombay traveled to Pune at one of our events. He met a brand from Bangalore, right, who was also present there. And he closed a deal of an area developer for that city. So you can imagine a brand from Bangalore, a partner from Bombay, investor from Pune. That is the inclusivity, or I would say diversity we have overall in the business.
And then we have Rakesh. Unfortunately, I don't have a question because I've seen the growth of franchise in India. Once I lose the opportunity of 10K. I would like to understand what your question is, Rakesh, if you can explain a little more. And then we have Nasiruddin Sheikh, who says, I'm a practicing advocate, want to start a journey, but confused how to start. So if you're practicing, and I don't know how busy your practice is, but advocates can be a great franchise consultants and also add their legal knowledge to help people do contracts, because everything is under contract law. So that is a good opportunity, but you need to have time. If your practice is taking all the time, then you will not be able to devote time. This is a question you need to answer for yourself. No, Prashant, very good question. I promised to my IFCs that, especially in COVID, that I will make business 50% with IFCs and 50% with direct teams. Rather, I think I would be more today in that number. And there is no overlap of leads. Another thing which I tell strong in, I think, if my IFC partner has come in to lead even later, he will get the preference first, because you are my partner. I'm obligated towards you. So that's very, very clear in our system. And Subhata says, Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, particularly in Odisha, what is the business volume till now? Very good work. Bhubaneswar, we've done many, many brands and many events. Cuttack is also a great market. And we want to really grow Odisha. Again, job opportunities are not there, so people want to become entrepreneurs. So it's a great opportunity in that market. And any specific, do brands ask for specific regions or just they want expansion? No, every brand has very sure that which markets they want to go and which, I just finished a call with Tata Croma, and tomorrow we're launching, day after 27th, we're launching 15 locations where we'll do build to operate transfer, which means the running Tata Cromas will shift it to independent investors. So this is a big opportunity which is coming through. So yes, Mr. Sheikh, happy to support and mentor and guide you through this journey. I would suggest that you discuss this with the respective regional head and take it from there, and then we will be happy to work with you. And I love to have call with all of you and even address your questions on one-on-one basis. So friends, I think a very interesting session, and thank you very much for being interactive audience. While I know we pulled it up another 16 extra minutes, but still I am sure that you have a lot of questions. So don't hesitate, talk to our respective leaders, and we will be working with you to get you the right answers before you make a very important decision of your life. I always feel that the buying a business or starting a new career is a very important decision of your life, and it should not be taken in rush. And also, once you take a decision, you need to show your full commitment towards it. Then only the business shows commitment towards you. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us. And even if we don't work with each other, continue to come to Franchise India shows and attend our shows and explore the opportunity of being an entrepreneur or helping entrepreneurs. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, and a big thank you note from all of us at Franchise India. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to have a one-on-one discussions with you, and then